Hi, Gemini. This is your monthly reading for the month of March for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate with every single Gemini out there. All right, you guys, let's get started. What is happening for my Geminis? We have the Four of Cups, the Sun, the Magician. We have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups. Three of Pentacles, the Temperance. The Two of Swords. I feel like you guys are gonna... Hierophant. The Nine of Wands. The Ace of Swords. The Hierophant. Okay, so Gemini, for the month of March, I'm getting a couple of things. So one of the things that I'm picking up when it comes to what you're dealing with is it feels kind of like so I'm getting a couple of storylines. Some of my Geminis, you could have missed out on an opportunity in the past, or it was just like something in the past that ended in a sadness or kind of like a disappointment. Oh my goodness, it's really difficult to kind of explain this because my throat chakra feels kind of messed up. I think some of you guys are afraid to express your truth, or you're dealing with somebody who's afraid to express their truth. So some of my Geminis, you could have offered something to somebody, maybe it ended in disappointment, and you went somewhere else. I'm kind of getting that this is somebody, though. I don't know if this is you or this other person, so take whatever resonates. But I'm just going to say, Gemini, that this is you, okay? Just so again, reverse the roles. If this person rejected you or something, then this is how it's going to be. But I'm getting a sense that whoever this is that I'm picking up on rejected an offer. And they were disappointed about it when they did it, but they felt like they were going to be able to manifest and create something somewhere else. And this individual, when they communicated, they could have communicated from a space where it was quick, it was kind of on the immature side, and it was just fast, not thinking kind of communication. It was just like their emotions was not involved. They kind of came at it a little bit more cold-hearted, perhaps. And I feel like with that Three of Pentacles, it's almost like, okay, I broke up with this person, now I can go with this person, or something like that. So it almost feels like for some of you, this person could have left you, or you could have left somebody else for somebody. And I don't always mean to I'm just kind of picking up that it was either like they left for a job and that's what that third party was. It could be like a friend, a family, another lover. So like take kind of whatever resonates here, but it feels like somebody picked or chose something over another individual. And what was interesting is this person, when they left, they thought they could really work something and heal and balance out this other connection, because I get this sense that this person almost felt like this other connection was going to be more beneficial long term, or was going to be more easier to manage and handle long term. And I'm kind of getting this sense that, like, which is weird because with this Hierophant, it almost feels like this person wasn't very committed to you or to the other person, but then they were committing themselves to one person, but whoever they committed themselves to, it almost feels like that's ending, or it almost feels like there's just this, like one of them is kind of looking elsewhere or isn't satisfied. Like it almost just seems like the relationship is on the rocks, or it's just not going the way that they were hoping it would. So this leaves this individual, whoever left, feeling defensive, feeling kind of anxious, not knowing how to communicate either. Because it almost feels like this was a situation where it caused some of you to, like, this person's having a hard time going within. There's confusion around this. And I'm getting this sense, though, that this person does want to communicate, but they don't know what to say or how to offer anything. So they feel like it's just going to end with them getting rejected. So they're just not saying anything. Because I'm getting that this person, at this moment, they are working on kind of trying to get themselves back up, because what's happening is I feel like this person's finally going to release certain issues, or at least that's what they're hoping. I don't know. It's interesting because it's like this person wants to move forward. They want to have a successful connection, but I feel like they chose the wrong person. It feels like this individual just didn't expect. It's so, I don't know. It just kind of gets this feeling like the main center of this reading is that Queen of Cups. Like the way they could have ended things too, it could have ended it kind of in a bad note. Like even when they left, maybe you like kind of allowed them to leave, you know? Maybe you still wanted to work things out with them, but they just wouldn't. And then I'm kind of getting this feeling like you didn't really, the way you reacted, they didn't expect it to be like that. So I'm kind of getting this feeling like some of you, even if you did leave, like let them leave with, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Even if you did let this person walk away from the connection and go to a third party situation or do whatever, I felt like it really hurts you if you were the one that got rejected. But at the same time, you kind of came at it in a way where you were more calmer than you expected, or you were just more put together than you expected. And maybe you just kind of allowed them to leave because you kind of was sick and tired of the game, sick and tired of whatever was happening. But it's like this person is shocked. So I felt drawn to pulling just a card for the end of the reading, but I wanted to pull it now. So, yeah, I'm kind of getting this sense that somebody feels really, not like kind of feeling stupid, but also just feeling like they weren't feeling kind of like they like they're they're sad about this. But I feel like it's interesting. I feel like this person, whoever rejected this, they feel like kind of saddened, despaired, upset about it. They feel like they need to get their stuff together. It's like this whole time frame for this person. It's like they feel like they can't rush it. But this person also doesn't have clarity or gained what it is that they wanted. So let's get some clarifiers here. See, you thought you found, or this person, whoever rejected this, they thought that they found their person, somebody that understands them. When they made this decision to cut it. And I'm also getting that they just did it kind of like, again, abruptly. It wasn't like it's weird because it's like they were just too quick to decide. It was just too much for them. I don't know. I think this person was feeling pressure from the other individual. And I think that from you, they felt pressure on both sides. But this other one looked like the better offer. It was like this other one was talking themselves up. If this is like a third-party situation. So I think that's where some of this person's confusion lied, was because they had so many decisions to make. And what was kind of another thing is, I know this sounds kind of messed up, but I'm also kind of getting this, that this individual, they could have saw you like as a very nice person, and I get the feeling that the person that they're with, they're a little bit more assertive in a way. I don't know. It's like something about this other person that they were with. I think that they would talk to them and stuff. And it's hard to explain. It's like this other person would talk a good game about themselves, talk themselves up, but they would also be really, they just kind of acted like, not, okay, kind of bossy, but it's not really like, it's such a hard description. It's like this, when this person kind of, when they're dealing with the other person, it's like they felt like they couldn't really say no to them because the other person would throw a fit or would, like, I'm not sensing like mentally unstable, but a little bit. Like, I think this other person kind of has a little bit of mood swings, but they also, well, no, not even really that. It's more like this person's very manipulative. And the way that they go about the word, like the way they word things, it's like kind of making you feel like a bad person if you don't do it. And then it kind of just guilt trip. Like, this person's good at guilt tripping. Why was that so hard for me to say? I think your person that rejected you or whatever is having a hard time gathering their thoughts and having a hard time talking. I feel like I'm just trying to pick up the pieces, like figuring it all out, but I don't know how. Like, it takes me a minute to ramble with this reading. I think it's because they're trying to collect their thoughts. So what's blocking them from completely, I think, ending this connection that they have with another person is it almost feels kind of like they've invested a lot of time into this connection. Because for some of you guys, I feel like they could have left you for another person and then just had like a long-term connection with this person. But the whole time that they've been kind of stuck here, it feels like this person feels stifled with my goodness, I'm sorry. They feel like they can't talk, like they feel like they're stifled in the connection, and they feel like they're stifled in the way that they want to talk, communicate their feelings. They can't communicate their feelings, they can't communicate their thoughts, and they feel like they've invested too much into this connection. So it's like they're complacent, but what's happening is they feel like they can't, like they don't have a good sense of freedom. They feel kind of restricted and confined, and they feel like they always have to defend themselves. Yeah, this person, they're not happy. And they think back consistently because we have that 4 of hearts and then we have that 4 of cups there. It's the same. It's like this person thinks back to when you gave that offer and wondered if they made a mistake. They wondered if maybe they should have invested with you. And maybe that's something they would want to talk about, is how to work things out with you. But I think that's kind of where this person is at right now. And it's like they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to communicate. And then this is what's kind of interesting, because I think that at the time that they, and again, this isn't going to resonate for every Gemini, but I'm getting the sense that for some of you guys, this could be you, or again, vice versa. But if this is resonating so far, I'm getting the impression that the person that rejected this offer, they were kind of in a state of, what could I get from these people? What's good for me? What should I do? Because I think that what was happening in their life was they felt this lack of control. So they wanted to have control over some area of their life. And I'm also getting too is like this individual, they didn't want to invest into the connection with you, because I'm getting this sense that you kind of, it's really weird. It's like this other person really tries to sell themselves. So it's like this other person really tried to, like, oh, that's so cool. You like that too? Haha. And then like they pretend to be one way when really they're not. So it's like they're kind of two-faced. They're dealing with like a two-faced individual. And I'm just getting that, like with you guys, you kind of tried to tell them like, this is what I expect, this is what I want. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this person, they felt kind of really bad when they did end the connection, but all they could think about was, what could I get? Like, what's like this okay, because this connection that I'm choosing is going to be better. And it's almost like it kind of came and bit them in the ass, because I'm kind of getting that this third party situation, or whoever that they chose, started to corrode their self-esteem more. I felt like this individual is coming to like a realization that in a way you sort of built up this person's self-esteem, and then when they're with this other person, it's like this other individual has a tendency of pushing them to do things that they don't want to do, teasing them, making them feel bad, belittling them, never grateful for the things that this person does. And it's like this individual kind of is looking back in the past with like nostalgic eyes, kind of realizing like what they could have had or potentially have had. And so a lot of people are kind of in that middle of wondering and questioning what's happening. And yeah, I feel like this person is kind of just feeling trapped and stuck. So I don't know if this is you, Gemini, or if this is another person, but I feel like a lot of this has to do with divine timing. Like this person needs to learn their lesson, if that's the case. Because I'm just getting the sense that it wasn't like they were trying to necessarily hurt you if they did reject you, but it's just this person, they had a lot of issues at this point in time, and a lot of them just didn't know what to, like they know they could have handled it better, but at the time that they were going through it, they just kind of, I don't know, they just felt like that they could get away with it, you know? And a part of them felt like they needed to just end it, like sever the tie between maybe you and them. But like they don't know how to communicate to you now. This person doesn't even really know how to communicate well at all, especially even in this connection that they're in now. They feel more stifled in the connection that they're in now than when they were with you. So they feel like they actually downgraded in a way. But at first, for the first, like, maybe 6 months to a year, this person thought that they chose the right person. They thought that they did a good job. But then it's like the second that this person like hears more about you or comes back, or there's just something that happens here that it just clicks on, and this person's just like, wow, I really made a mistake. But I feel like time has really passed for you guys. But that's just what I'm getting. Somebody's just kind of regretting leaving. Feeling like they might have chosen the wrong one. Yeah, I feel like this person's afraid of rejection, and I'm also getting that they could have just rejected you too, Gemini. Or you could have been the one that rejected this person, but you could be now afraid of the rejection. This person is now reached some form of enlightenment about the situation, and the issue that this individual is facing right now is they're in this center of complacency. This person has persevered or has persevered in this connection, that the one that they chose, and they're no longer can stay in it. They feel like they need to expand. They think they need to grow. It's like this connection that they're in, it's kind of staggering. They're not growing. They're not changing. They're needing to learn to rediscover themselves. So it's like this individual, they're going through an enlightenment moment right now. But they're kind of in this energy of complacency because they almost have this sense of like, oh, I don't have another option. I don't have another choice. So they kind of are coming at it like they have to just deal with what they did and just kind of try and move forward. But I'm getting the sense that this person feels horrible for the things that they did. Because I'm getting just like this person, they saw you as a friend. They saw you as somebody that's caring, but I think that it's just with you, it would have been a lot more work and a lot more effort to put in. And so they chose the more easier route. They chose the one that they felt like was more suited to them, so they didn't really have to change. Or it's just they felt kind of like they couldn't be themselves with you because maybe they just didn't feel like they were enough. There's just something about this connection that they were afraid of rejection, and they were afraid of a lot of things. And I just think that you brought up a lot of uncomfortability in this person. And so now they're just like, well, I don't really know what to do. Because I feel like this person kind of digged themselves in a hole. And this entire reading, it was been so difficult for me to talk. It was so difficult for me to articulate anything. I think this person is really gathering their thoughts. They're still kind of in this state of not knowing what to say or how to say it. So they're kind of trying to figure out what to say, how to say it, and basically how to give you an offer. Right now they're trying to figure out what this offer would even be, because I get this sense that with this person, they feel left out. Even if they abandoned you, even if they left you, they still feel abandoned by you or rejected by you, because it's like maybe you stopped calling, or maybe you just kind of like faded away, and now this person's just like dealing with the absence of you. And I'm also getting that just like maybe even subconsciously they're starting to see like they can maybe they can actually feel you pulling away energetically, but they don't know how to explain it. So it's like this person, I feel like I want to keep stuttering. I want to like try and get my words out, but I can't. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's just really have a blocked throat chakra and is really had kind of a clouded third eye, and they weren't thinking straight. I think that they were just kind of like, it's weird. It's almost like they were in a daze, but it's like now things are more clearer to them. So let's pull the last card here. We have courage. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry. All will be well. You have to be quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Yeah, I think that if this is resonating so far, the person that is definitely rejected and the person that is definitely like left the situation, they have to have that courage to let go of maybe a potential third party situation and to even have the courage to come forward to even talk to you guys, because I'm just getting this feeling that this person, they just feel trapped, they feel stuck, and they don't know what to say or what to do. And so for them it's very frustrating, and so I think that they just kind of get into this shutting down mode where they just shut down and they just don't talk to anybody. They can just go kind of silent. They can numb themselves out. They just tune themselves out to reality, because sometimes I think it's just too much for this person to bear. So I think this person has a lot of defense mechanisms that they use to help themselves kind of cope with every day. So yeah, this person, if this is you, start working towards healing yourself, discovering yourself, and just being honest with what has occurred in this situation and to grieve through it. If this is you that's been rejected and this person is the one that's now dealing with the repercussions of this situation, just give them compassion and space and time to let them figure themselves out. So yeah. For the month of March, that's kind of what I'm picking up for my Geminis. I hope that this was coherent. I hope this made sense. This was really hard for me to talk for some reason. So I feel like this person just needs to gather up the courage and to be able to communicate. So that's what I have for my Geminis. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Take care, Gemini. Bye.